about the home warranty.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the service that you offer to folks here in Jackson and really all over the country.
It's our pleasure. Thank
Yeah.
you for the opportunity to be here today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're looking for that extra peace of mind for your home, give America's Preferred Home Warranty a call. Looking for quick recognition and appeal for your next listing? Consider a Property of the Day feature on the Bart Holly Show here at JTV. Call us in the studio, 787-8817.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
And welcome to summer. Beautiful summer weather this past weekend continues today. Hot, sunshine, and a high near 90 degrees today. And we'll have a brisk wind, gusts as strong as 22 miles an hour later this afternoon.
That wind is really throwing me for a loop. It's getting my
wind?
allergies going. It's knocking out my patio furniture, and amongst other things. So, but we do need that breeze today. We'll be doing the Selby track meet today from East Jackson, and features the area's best track and field athletes, and it's going to be a hot one. But we'll have that, and we're excited to cover that one. Brought to you by Summit Heights Dental Care.
We're actually bringing it almost live.
Almost live.
Tape delayed after
Yeah.
the conclusion of the Selby tonight. It will air on JTV, so tune in. And Andy actually has a Selby record that stands, I think it's in its 22nd or 23rd year.
This was the photo you found?
This was at the state.
The bar's off, like I don't know what's happening here. This is not a successful picture.
No, I don't know what happened.
What the hell?
There we are. This is at the Selby.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, the Selby usually has fans. That's empty bleachers in the
Well,
background.
those are the on the other side.
Well, no, that's the Selby's at Jackson High.
Oh, that's not Selby. So what's your Selby record?
6'9".
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your state record?
I don't have a state record.
Well, your state championship height
6'10".
and the indoor personal best.
6'11".
6'11". Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, how about that? I won't be competing tonight, though. So
You're not eligible.
I'm definitely not eligible.
It is so hot. Detroit Public Schools this morning announced that they are releasing students 3 hours early today. Can you believe that?
I think they should just give the kids the day off.
All right.
It was so hot this morning, though, too. I mean, I just taking the garbage down and back. I mean, it's too hot.
3
So-
hours early, so what time do they get out? 2:30?
Well, no,
Normally?
probably lunchtime, and then that would eliminate the afternoon. So where
Why,
it gets,
why bother?
yeah, I don't know. I guess why bother even going? So who knows? But hey, Memorial Day weekend, what a busy, busy weekend.
Well, for you, you were in a wedding.
I was. Should we get to some pics?
Oh, you have some pictures?
I brought a couple pictures, not
Okay.
a ton. But yeah, it was a great wedding. 3-year build up to this wedding.
Yeah, because it was canceled twice due to the pandemic.
Yeah, and what's nice is I had the same outfit on as the groom, so I was able to boss people around at the venue and ask for certain things. So
Yeah.
that's my lovely wife Stephanie. She was in the wedding.
You
as
also
well.
had the same outfit on as the waiters.
Yeah, I do. I didn't have a vest though. You'll have to explain this one because you took this photo. I didn't even make it over to this section.
This is part of the dessert section, which took up half the room. They are making Bananas Foster and Cherries Jubilee, in addition to crepes and literally hundreds of desserts, cakes. It just went on and on and on. It was amazing. Coffee was served with the couple's initials engraved in the top with cinnamon and spice. Nice touch, Michael and Sam.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm still digesting this thing.
This was at the late night. They wheeled out all this food at 11, after the hors d'oeuvres, after the dinner, after the dessert. 11 o'clock, they wheeled out pizza, sliders, this pig.
This is the second pig.
Yeah, chicken fingers, 3 types of fries, crinkle cut, steak fries, and sweet potato fries. I mean, it was an unbelievable amount of food.
Oh, it was absolutely unbelievable. And there's you and your old buddy Tom Riccadello, father of the groom.
Father of the groom.
He was on his best behavior.
He was. We anticipated there was going to be some issues.
So this place was huge, right? I mean, there were 390 attendees, but it wasn't overcrowded. The place was so big.
Did you get any cake?
I looked at the cake.
I ate everything.
Yeah, I looked at the cake. You know what was fun is I think everyone that was there when they sat down at their table, they were looking around thinking, "What do you think this cost?"
That's all people
All
talk
right.
about.
And were there any incidents?
There was an incident at the wedding, before the wedding party and the bride and groom exited from the altar. One of the groomsmen, the gentleman standing to Andy's left, Parker Rich, fainted. He just suddenly he went out. What happened?
I did. I caught him out of midair like Randy Moss, Brandon, and he didn't hit the ground, which was unbelievable. Made it till just the end of the ceremony, and it was a long day, very long day. That was like 6 o'clock. But yeah, he was just not doing well. So leaned on me a little bit, felt it was coming, and I was able to catch him.
Yeah, and
Was able to catch him. Everything was fine. We'll hopefully have video footage of that later. Brandon, you won't believe this. I mean, I saved him from, if he would have fallen forward, he would have gone right in front of all the groomsmen face first. If he would have fallen backwards, there was a keyboard back there, and he would have hit the keyboard. So
you saved the wedding.
I saved the wedding.
Yeah.
I did. I saved the wedding. I did. I saved the wedding. And him, yes, for sure. Got a lot of thank yous, a lot of high fives, so it was fun.
Well, luckily his legs locked up, so he didn't collapse.
Well, it was good and bad because we couldn't bend him into a chair because his legs were locked. But either way, congratulations to Samantha and Michael. Beautiful, beautiful wedding.
I talked to Parker after. I said, are you okay? What happened? He said, well, I haven't had any water today. The wedding was at 5:30. He hadn't had any water all day. And I said, maybe that wasn't the best decision, Parker. And he said, well, in hindsight, you're probably right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
dehydration. So
Yeah,
that'll
went on to have a great time.
I think a lot of people were outside enjoying our lakes, and the pool's not open yet. It's not going to be until June 20th that the Nixon Park pool is open. And we're lucky because already we're hearing that due to an extreme lifeguard shortage, about 1/3 of America's 300,000 public pools will not open
Due to lifeguards.
due to lifeguard
That's
shortage.
amazing.
Yes. The lifeguards are in extreme demand, and in Phoenix, they are giving people $2,500 incentive to come staff the pool. This is Army. People in the Army are being enlisted to serve as lifeguards.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that? How about a wonderful summer job? I mean, who wouldn't want to be a lifeguard?
Sit in the
Especially at a pool, Not at a big lake or something, at a pool. It seems like a fun job.
It's a lot of pressure. Only if they have one of those big umbrellas.
Yeah, those are very nice. Very nice.
A lot of people enjoyed parades. We had parades, about 10 parades all throughout Jackson County. And in downtown Jackson, the Jackson County Veterans Council hosted the annual Memorial Day Parade, and members of the Exchange Club handing out flags.
Oh my
to
gosh,
people
celebrities were there.
Yeah, Greg O'Connor and his wife Therese. They've been at every parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg loves parades.
The heat. I mean, these people marching in the uniforms. Can't we get the Army some shorts? The heavy uniforms, particularly the Civil War reenactors in honor of the Civil War dead. The Vandercook Lake Marching Band was there. They were awesome. They did the national anthem. These are the Civil War reenactors. Hot outfits.
Yes, very hot.
Yeah.
Very, very hot.
Especially that one.
So we have photos from all the parades on our website right now.
Yeah, check them out.
Tons of great photos.
GTV.
And really, honestly, despite the heat, the weather was great. Memorial Day weekend is not always wonderful weather here in Jackson, and we certainly had some good weather.
It's been known to sleet or snow. There's Dave Wellahan from the Veterans Council. A very nice ceremony, the laying of the wreaths, the Vandercook Band with the national anthem, thanks to the bands and all the participants, the marchers, the veterans, as we honored all those who gave their lives in service yesterday at Mount Evergreen Cemetery and in downtown Jackson. So you also, I think, did you get a chance to go in the pool at all this weekend?
I was not. I didn't do any pool things. Did you?
No.
No.
I went to a movie.
No pool. Yes. So we should talk about this. I've gotten phone calls, text messages. I've got to see this movie. What movie?
Top Gun Maverick.
Oh my goodness.
I highly recommend it. It grossed $150 million this weekend. The top by far box office draw. Tom Cruise's biggest box office.
This is like
ever.
the first movie I remember people talking about since Independence Day in 2004.
Yeah, it was 10 years in the making. It was finished 2 years ago,
Okay.
and it was the release was delayed due to the pandemic. But
Now, do you have to see Top Gun 1?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
But if you want to, it's the #1 movie on Netflix right now.
Yeah, and they had actually, there were a couple of flashbacks in the
Okay.
movie that showed Tom Cruise 35 years ago. It's like, is this from now or is this
Yeah,
from?
it's hard to
the
tell.
guys.
So he has that Scientology skin.
I don't know what he does, but he works out. But
I heard
yeah.
Jennifer Scanlon went twice.
That wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if she went twice. I think that's.
It was sold out. I mean, it was packing the theaters here.
Yeah. You went, and it was sold out.
I went and sold out, and there's a big thing that comes up on the screen. There's a half hour of previews, by
Really?
the way. Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the slides that says, here's our popcorn and pop deal. If you can find a better deal at another theater in town, we'll match it. Well, it's the only theater in town.
Well, there you
It's
go.
like-
That's why. Amazing. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that, and I think it's probably going to be a date night movie. So I think we're going to do
it really is. It's a good movie.
Good.
Yeah, I recommend it. Yesterday at St. John's Cemetery, the annual Memorial Day Mass was held, and we had. It gives you an idea of how many veterans we have in Jackson County.
Right.
We had veterans spread out at all the parades, at all the ceremonies and services, and at St. John's.
And thank you to all of our veterans and service groups who make sure that our community does look beautiful for Memorial Day weekend. Of course, the Kiwanis setting up flags in the neighborhoods, and just a lot of people taking a lot of extra special attention to make sure that those fallen continue to be recognized and honored.
Father Chaz Kanoy, pastor at St. John the Evangelist, serving as celebrant of the Mass.
And thanks to our staff who was out on Memorial Day weekend capturing all of these great events for the community to see.
Yeah, check them out online at jtv.tv. We'll have a little bit more later on the afternoon show from the Mass this morning and more from the parades.
Today's show is brought to you by Heather Herndon, and Heather loves to remind everyone why she loves living in Jackson. And Habitat for Humanity Restore is one reason why. They're a donation center and home improvement store that sells new and gently used furniture, appliances, home accessories, building materials, and more at a fraction of retail prices. When you shop at the Restore, 100% of the money raised from your purchase stays here in our community. Habitat for Humanity's mission is to help people have a safe, decent, and affordable place to live. That's Love Living in Jackson from Heather Herndon and Howard Hanna Real Estate Services.
Today's show is being brought to you by Jackson's Playhouse. Now that summer is upon us, Jackson's Playhouse looks forward to seeing you. Maybe your next birthday party. Jackson's Playhouse, they are set up for you with themed party packages. They have birthday party options. You can even browse them and book online at their website. Visit jacksonsplayhouse.com. Reserve your date today. Located in the Ferguson Road Mall near Knight's Steakhouse. Jackson's Playhouse, providing fun, imaginative play for all ages. Gas, did you buy any gas this weekend?
I didn't, but I did both cars last week, and it was draining.
Well, it turns out the wedding we drove to was a full tank of gas wedding, to and from. It was like 5 hours.
Did you take that off the gift?
Sterling Heights.
Did you have to put more money into the card after you were at the reception? As a
Because
gift?
he thought, because of the gift, because of how much the wedding cost. No, I know there's people that do that. No, we actually sent our gift ahead.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, but Thursday, before the Michigan Senate took their break, they passed a resolution that would give us a gas tax holiday, pausing gas taxes for several weeks. The 27 cents per gallon gas tax and the 6% sales and use tax on gas, we would save about 50 cents a gallon. This happened once before. The governor vetoed it, but the Senate's approved it. It's got to go to the House. It's likely to pass the House, and the governor said she's encouraged by the passage in the House of the gas tax holiday.
And do we have, what money will be used to pay for that?
Well, that's the problem. The schools are lobbying against this because they feel that the money would come out of the schools. It's got to come out of somewhere.
We got to get it figured out. But yeah, it feels like if we keep taking and replacing, it's just, it's not gonna work. But at the end of the day, the Americans paying at the pump, it's just crazy. It's a lot of money, a lot of money for sure.
The big story over the weekend, Mona Lisa, that famous Da Vinci painting, it's hanging in a museum in, I think, the Louvre?
The Louvre.
Yes. So a guy got dressed up as an old lady and got in a wheelchair so he could get in the handicapped area and get close to the painting, and he smeared cake
Oh my gosh.
on the painting.
Cake?
Cake. He smeared cake. He threw it. He hoped to hit her face. He undershot. And good news.
How did he get in there with that cake?
Well, I don't know. I guess you're in your wheelchair and you're dressed as an old lady.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of, look the other way, right?
Yeah. But the painting, maybe this guy didn't realize this, but the painting is actually covered with bulletproof glass.
Yeah, so he just wiped the cake right off
He
the glass.
just wiped the cake off the glass.
But good for him. Hopefully he'll be arrested and locked up.
He's in custody
Very good, very
as
good.
we speak.
Let's get to some scores. Here's what's happening tonight, or not scores, on deck, excuse me. Here's what's happening. We've got baseball districts getting underway tonight. Napoleon against Lumen Christi, Concord, Michigan Center, Grass Lake against Adrian Madison, Vandercook at Jackson, and Waldron at Springport. Softball districts as well, and then we'll have the area's best track meet tonight, the Selby Track and Field Classic. I'll be on the call alongside former East Jackson and Michigan State cross-country and track athlete Cassie Legau. So we'll be excited to bring you that tonight. So, oh my gosh, and there's Cassie right there.
East Jackson track and cross country star.
She'll be on the call with me tonight, so it should be a great time.
Andy and Cassie tonight. Oh, we were packing up our hotel room from the wedding, and we came upon this.
Oh, I handed you those on my way out.
Yeah, it's your suspenders.
Oh yeah, these are nice. Very nice. Yeah, thank you. I took them off.
Andy actually had two bow ties. The one that is already pre-tied, and then he bought a regular bow tie.
I own.
So he could walk around like Frank Sinatra after a fashion.
That's right.
So,
I think of everything, so it was good. It all worked out.
yeah.
It all worked out wonderfully.
Who's on the show today?
Today we have a great show. We're going to get things started. We have Kelly Crum and John Willis from Jackson College right after this break.
Jackson Coffee Company. Roasted fresh in store so you can brew it at home.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is preparing. Preparing for the worst by putting to work the very best. Change is improving by replacing utility poles and redesigning our substations. Change is commitment. Commitment to upgrading 1,000 miles of our energy grid every year. And change is confidence. The confidence of knowing when it comes to keeping the lights on, we're always on. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
Come along with JTV and Experience Jackson and get to know or reintroduce yourself to some of the best Jackson County has to offer. Join Andy and Rachel as they tour the county interviewing and highlighting Jackson on a visit with Experience Jackson. Whether it's golf, museums, hotels, or events, we'll give you some great ideas on how to spend time in Jackson. Watch on JTV.tv, YouTube, and Experience Jackson social channels.
It's the summer sale at Vermeulen Furniture. For a limited time, get up to 40% off regular prices, an extra 10% off sale prices, and we'll pay your sales tax. Or take advantage of up to 72 months financing with payments starting at just $30 a month. Plus, everyday value right specials like stationary sofas for only $8.99 and rocker recliners for just $3.99. Save big during the summer sale at Vermeulen Furniture Jackson.
Change it.
Welcome back to the morning show on JTV. Our show today is brought to you by Vermeulen's Home Furnishings, now in their third generation of being family owned and operated. They pride themselves on offering high quality brand name furniture at affordable prices. Thanks to Vermeulen's for bringing us today's show.
Sorry about that. Joining us now on the morning show from Jackson College, Chief Equity Officer and Director of Diversity, Equity, and Belonging, Kelly Crum. And from the City of Jackson, Chief Equity Officer, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, John Willis. Good morning.
Good morning, Bart.
Thank you for saying the titles.
Man,
Kelly was always
I'm sitting there listening like all of these chiefs going on here.
Yeah, I was glad he said it myself. I'm like, man.
And we're all out of time.
You make it sound so important when you say it that way, Bart.
Well, you guys are so.
Chief Equity.
You guys are important, very important to our community, and we're getting ready to celebrate Juneteenth, and it's a full event back in person for the first time in 2 years.
Yes, we are so excited. We miss our community.
Yeah.
As you know, you guys were a big part of last year when we did it virtual, and we appreciate what you did. We did the law enforcement piece, the Black-owned businesses, and this year, wow, we're expecting a large crowd to come out, no rain, sun, right, to come out and celebrate Juneteenth.
It's a two-day event this year.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
It's a two-day event. So the events will go like this. On Friday, we'll continue kind of like part two of our law enforcement panel discussion with the community. So we'll have our local law enforcement be a part of that discussion with our moderators. I think our moderators, John Willis, Chief Equity Officer, as well as Kevin Brown, Spring Arbor University, Chief Diversity Officer. And then we are going to be at the Michigan Theater, actually, for that event, as you see the pictures from last year. And then we will have a play. This play is called 1619, Welcome to America. Lisa Williams, who wrote the play, will be producing the play as well. And so that's going to be great at the Michigan Theater. It is free. And then Friday, we are going to kick off Juneteenth starting at 2 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And we have a lot of entertainment. So I can't wait to tell you about the entertainment.
All right, well, if you can't wait, we probably should have you tell us.
So the day will kick off with our DJ, Jerry Smith, who lives in Lansing, but of course from Jackson.
Jackson original.
Jackson, yes. And then we will have Brandon Marcel. Everybody knows Brandon. Big L, Cold Blue Steel. We'll have gospel this year, Chantel Hawkins and her husband Terrence, as well as the Crashers, Crasherz, from Detroit. And they're going to do Motown and R&B and just soulful music, and that's going to be our headliner for that day.
Now, for people that don't know Juneteenth, it's the oldest known celebration
Yes,
of the end of slavery in America.
Most
correct,
definitely. It commemorates the last bastion of freedom from slavery from the United States. In 1865, and keep in mind, this is 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed, and it was actually enacted in September of 1862 to take place in January of 1863. However, as Lee Hampton used to always say, they didn't have internet, so there was no social media to let everybody know that Abraham Lincoln had signed this Emancipation Proclamation. And some 2.5 years later, General Gordon Granger rode into Galveston, Texas, where Kelly just came back from, Galveston, Texas. And
we approved. Oh, wow. Look at, yes, it's such a historical moment. I went to Texas, took my dad for a family vacation, and we went to Galveston. I was in Houston. And to go and see the Juneteenth Project, where things are happening, where the historical events are there of everything, and then to get a picture with that monument of Juneteenth, like it was surreal. It was really emotional too, knowing that I'm coming back to my community to host with our executive team Juneteenth. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
That's powerful. So on that day, he came in June 18th of 1865. And I almost said 1965, it was a little longer than that. It's 1865, and he read General Order Number 3 on the balcony of the Ashton Villa, which at one time was the Confederate headquarters. But he stood on that balcony with the strength of 2,000 federal troops and read General Order Number 3, and they celebrated. That was the first Juneteenth celebration. And to commemorate that celebration, we do Juneteenth in June 18th. 19th. So June 19th. Yeah, 19th. June 18th is our celebration day. Yep, yeah. June 19th is actually Juneteenth holiday. This year we're celebrating on June 18th. And that's just that sign in the back. Dottie did an outstanding job with that, Kelly. You have to let her know. That is phenomenal.
Our marketing department at Jackson College is amazing.
She smashed that this year. I was very, very impressed.
How long have you guys been involved in Juneteenth locally? I think the college has been doing it for over 21 years.
You are absolutely right. So I was coming to Juneteenth before I started working at the college, but being a part of it for 9 years. Okay. This is my 9th year of helping out with Juneteenth. And what we've done is that when I came, it was just kind of Lee and I, right, trying to make this thing happen. And we made it happen, right? And then we expanded with our executive committee because of the fact that we wanted more of our stakeholders to be a part of it. So that brought on John Willis from the city. It brought on Daniel Mahoney as our mayor. It brought on Anthony Parker, retired from Consumers Energy. It brought on Chris Simpson, our undersheriff, as well as Leslie Bowles, Baker College, and Kevin Brown, Spring Arbor University. So there's a team of us that's been working months in putting this together for our community. So, Jackson College, we're behind our initiatives with diversity and our community, and this is really important to us.
I remember the very first one. It was at the Riverwalk Amphitheater.
Remember that, yes.
It was a 3-hour thing. We had Pryor's barbecue.
Pryor was the only vendor, I believe. Vicki Winans. I can't remember whether Vicki Winans or Howard Hewitt first.
I remember Howard Hewitt came.
Howard Hewitt. So it was like an old Shalimar performance. So
it's amazing how this event has grown, though. In Jackson. And it's family friendly. I mean, we've got things for kids, don't we?
Yeah, we have a kids zone where we'll have the big old bouncy houses. and of course game roll of prizes. And then we brought on, for this year, we have the entertainment with the video games, right, John?
That's right.
This year we have petting zoo.
Yes, petting zoo coming in. They have an entertainment truck, so they'll be able to come in, go in a truck, and play video games. Young people like to do that, man. We've got some really exciting things coming about. Alro's still been a big sponsor for us to help us get some things that we haven't had in the past. So looking forward to a powerful, we like to call it the largest cultural celebration in the city of Jackson. Looking forward to having everybody downtown. Kelly's got over 60-some vendors.
We have 67 vendors. I think this might be the most we've ever had, and people can still be vendors. And some of these vendors, I'm excited because I don't know them, so I don't know if they're from the community or from elsewhere. Maybe because of they know John, so they decided to come. So we have many of vendors, and just John said about our sponsors, like if it wasn't for the sponsors, this could not happen.
Yeah, and it lets everyone know that it's important to the community as a whole. So it's a wonderful event.
Well, most definitely. We're really looking forward to having everybody downtown participating. If you want to come down and have some fun, get some history, hear some music, bring the children down. We've got all different types of events. There's actually a job fair coming. With JTV, we have the business segment where we're focusing on minority businesses in the city of Jackson, African American owned businesses. So we've got a lot of things going. We're really looking forward to it. It'll be an exciting time, especially after COVID. Everybody's getting back outside, and we'll definitely have all our precautions in place, but we're looking forward to a great show.
Yeah, it's amazing how this event has grown, but with that, so has the knowledge about Juneteenth, particularly in our community. And what we learned, I think, in the last couple of years, there are some communities that really have they don't celebrate, they don't know, there's no knowledge of it. And I don't have any memory of learning about it when I was in school.
Correct.
I never heard about it, and I think that's the case nationwide.
I first learned about it from Lee Hampton.
Honestly.
When we were working on it years and years and years
ago. That's one of those things that usually hasn't in the past been covered in that 28 days of February. So we've got to extend it beyond it. National holiday now. National holiday. So this is our first Juneteenth since it's been a national holiday as well. So we're looking forward to that as well. Get a chance to speak about those things.
John Willis and Kelly Crum are with us as we talk about Juneteenth fast approaching. More with Kelly and John after this.
Collins Brothers floor covering, because new carpet is like, very nice. But commercials suck. Don't change the channel, change your carpet. Collins Brothers downtown, excellent. Established in 1940.
That's before the war, sucker!
If you're looking for a personalized car buying experience, then visit the team at Auto Merchants. Buy, sell, and trade without the backroom haggling. You'll work with one person start to finish. Put our 30 years of financing experience to work finding your next ride. Searching for medical supplies can be a challenging aspect of the healthcare system, but with help from Brown's Advanced Care Medical Supplies, you can set your worries aside. Our expert staff takes the time to give each of our customers the personal attention they deserve and are trained to find the right products for each individual. If you can't come to us, then let our delivery team come to you to help set up your supplies so you can get back to what really matters, living your life. Brown's Advanced Care Medical Supplies. Locally owned, locally operated, locally loved.
You need a plumber? From leak repairs to new construction. Grimes Plumbing Company, licensed and insured, proudly serves the Jackson area with fast, reliable service. No hot water, drains clogged? Call Grimes Plumbing today, proudly serving Jackson County.
In Jackson County, Club Life offers adults with developmental disabilities the opportunities for proper social interaction within their community. Positive experiences in their community can lead to lasting relationships and increased self-confidence. Club Life's goal is to engage, enrich, and empower adults with developmental disabilities in Jackson County by offering different club events that will provide safe and quality programs for our participants. Interested persons can visit our website at www.theclublife.org to register.
Welcome back to the morning show on JTV. Pause in the Park is coming up, and it's this weekend, presented by Lammers Heating and Air Conditioning. Great event, and bring your dogs, so should be a wonderful time. Join us for their annual 5K run, 1 mile walk, or kids doggy dash. Fun for the whole family, and new this year, shows by the Canine Stars. Friday, June 3rd and Saturday, June 4th, downtown at Horace Blackman Park.
Are you going to bring your dogs down?
One of them.
Oh, okay. Bring your dogs. It's a dog-friendly event.
It sure is.
John Willis and Kelly Crum are with us as we preview Juneteenth, and you're going through the entertainment lineup for Saturday, and the act that I'm most excited about is Big L and Code Blue.
Oh, man.
Larry Sumner Jr.
Larry
He is amazing.
He is a super talented young man. He I don't know if you know this, but he plays instruments. I mean, not just some guys play it. You play a little bit of this, but no, he plays instrument with expertise on guitar, drums, bass, saxophone. He's quite a musician, and then he sings beautifully too. Have you ever heard him sing the "A Change Is Gonna Come" by Sam Cooke? You got to hear him sing that song, man.
So we're gonna request that.
He actually
we should request that.
He's singing at the MLK breakfast. I think it was the last
Oh,
one.
did he?
Yeah, he said, man, he killed it. Not this one this year, but the one before that when you were in the cafeteria.
Well, we need to request him to sing it at Juneteenth. But I went to school with his mom, Anissa. She can blow.
Yeah, she does.
Like the family is Anissa can blow, and then he has siblings, right, that can sing too. Like they can go on the road.
Will you be singing? Because you sing as well, John.
That's top secret. You're not supposed to talk about that, Amy. That's a little secret. I'm trying to move into the retirement phase of my musicianship. I still enjoy it at home. I still enjoy music. I love it. My mom was a music teacher, choir director, so I didn't have a choice but have to do those things. But
what would you guys like the community to know about coming down to the event, and just kind of what people should expect out of the event?
I think the biggest thing would be just understanding, our starting times, what time the performances start. Kelly's the expert on all of that stuff, so give him the rundown.
I keep the team like this. Rain or shine, we're there, as you already know. So 2 o'clock, we're starting. Vendors will be there, ready to, of course, make money, right, with their stuff. Food, we're looking at plenty of food. Again, entertainment, kids zone. Petting zoo, just fun, just fellowship, just us all being together as one, celebrating each other.
It's a job fair too.
Yes,
oh yeah,
job fair. Michigan Works is working with us to coordinate that job fair. So there'll be some people who get the opportunity to come down, get some food, get some some of the best of ribs, best of chicken, best of food that you'll see for a part of the culture, as well as get a job while you're there if you need a job.
You can bring your resume too.
Yeah, bring your resume.
If you don't have a resume, that's fine, but you can bring your resume. They want you to bring your resume. We have quite a few of our local communities that are looking for help.
Yeah, people are looking for employees, so it's a great opportunity for sure.
Everybody should just have their resume as a PDF on their phone, so they can just click it
that's
over
the new
to
thing. I just connected with this phone dot thing where you just hold your phone over there and all your information transfer. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Pretty cool. And then the bands will be really, really nice. Like you got Larry, but Terrence Hawkins and Chantel. I don't know if you guys know about Chantel Hawkins. My goodness.
Superstar.
Sings the doors off. I mean, she sings Terrence saxophone player. So that'll be a really, really exciting show. And then Brandon, I'm sure you can see Brandon, Top Flowers.
Oh, yeah.
He's on Pandora. Did you know that? So is Chantel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're like
awesome. Yeah.
Look at Jackson.
Big time performance.
Look at Jackson.
Yeah,
Big time performance coming here.
Oh yeah, no question. This will be the beautiful part about it is we have great entertainment from our city, and then we have a big group to finish the night off to have everybody dancing to Motown, doing what they do on the way out. So,
but this wouldn't happen also, if we don't have JTV, because JTV, literally, the JTV family has supported us this whole time.
She doesn't understand. She doesn't understand that me and Bart grew up into this together. Me and Bart, we started back, Kelly. When Bart interviewed me, he had a little camera. He was operating, and the button was broke. He was operating the camera like this, so he'd be talking, "Hey, John, how you doing?" He's moving this little button, and the top of the button was broke. I remember that.
Yeah.
We were at the crossing, Jackson's Crossing. I'll never forget it. I was like, man, this dude is like talented. He's staying focused. He's running everything, and he's running the button for the camera. So, but the vision that you have, Bart, to grow into what you all have grown into now, it's amazing. Every time I come here, it's like it's becoming like NBC Studios in Jackson. When I first came, it was like one camera and moving around. Now we got like I can't even count all this stuff.
I know.
Stuff we got. This
I
is
want to call
amazing.
this like, this is the morning show, but the round table. Like,
Yeah,
this is like
yeah,
the round table
yeah,
morning
yeah,
show. Just
yeah.
so homey.
Yeah,
so
we just need,
good job.
we need to have breakfast out here for everybody. That's
I
know, so I
that's,
some
that's, that's not
Yeah,
a good thing.
yeah.
Yeah, some fruit. I can do some
fruit,
fruit.
coffee.
No, don't do the whole breakfast
Yeah,
thing.
nothing-
You'll
nothing
lose
hot.
my focus. My focus will be gone. There's something different there, Andy. Yeah.
Andy was at a wedding Saturday, and I understand you were too.
Yes, my son Terrence, the tied for the oldest, the twins, Terrence and Terrell. Andy know those guys from Lumen, but Terrence got married to his wife Rochelle. So we're really excited about it. You know, crossover with the family. It was beautiful. Had a chance to mark, with all 7 of my sons there. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
You know, proud dad. You know, proud of the decisions and the choices that they're making, man. So to see him, enter into the marriage and be ready to work with it. He knows what it takes. So. He crossed over. He crossed over, yeah. Yeah,
Well, he has good role models.
Yeah,
you and your
trust.
wife married. Good,
we trust.
excellent role models.
Yeah, he's seen his mom deal with me for 34 years, about 35. So he knows what it takes. He knows what it takes. So, yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to Friday, June 17th, and Saturday, June 18th for the Juneteenth celebration in downtown Jackson. John Willis and Kelly Crum, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Excited to be here, as always. Always phenomenal.
Appreciate you guys. Yeah. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Alrighty.
Do you do landscaping? Yes, we do. Our landscaping is creative and innovative. We'll make sure your yard is beautiful. Do you do irrigation systems? Yes, our irrigation systems are top of the line and will be designed to fit your watering needs. What about lawn care? We do that too. Our lawn care services will continue to keep your yard healthy and help it grow. Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping, serving South Central Michigan since 1986.
Hey there. At Omnisource, we're a different kind of metal recycler. Guys like me are here to answer your questions, keep the lines moving, and point out ways to get more for your home. We call it good service with a smile. Get frank advice and fair payment at an Omnisource yard near you.
Welcome to the Blessed Nest, the home to all your spring home decor. With everything from furniture to women's clothing, the Blessed Nest has what you need, including favorite brands like Bed Stew, Brighton Jewelry, and Kalamazoo Candles. Stop in and see our unique selection of women's shoes, bags, clothing, and large variety of candles and fragrances. At the Blessed Nest, you'll find something special for everyone.
I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go.
Ain't Too Proud is a celebration that brings the audience to its feet.
Ain't too proud to beg, as you know it.
The Grammy-winning songs, the Tony-winning movies. Ain't Too Proud, the life and times of the Temptations. At Wharton Center, June 7th through 12th. Tickets on sale now at whartoncenter.com.
Join your friends and make new ones at Ella Sharp Museum's 17th Annual Art, Beer, and Wine Festival, presented by County National Bank. This favorite community tradition showcases many of Michigan's finest wineries, breweries, cider mills, and artists. Guests of the festival will also enjoy a tasty lineup of great food and live music throughout the grounds and in our historic Hillside Farm Lane courtyard. Come join us for a perfect summer day. Tickets start at just $25 and can be purchased at ellasharpmuseum.org.
In schools today, the traditional classroom setting creates an environment where students learn and progress at a steady, standard pace. For many students, this works well. For others, however, not so much. Fortunately, there's another option. South Central Michigan Virtual is a tuition-free K-12 online academy created to break away from the standard conventions of learning. Real people, real relationships, real schooling.
Welcome back to the morning show. Our show today is brought to you by Addison Awning, specializing in custom design of business and residential awnings of all shapes and styles. They're an expert in boat covers built to your needs and made with strict attention to detail to protect your boat and keep it looking like new. Quality design experience. Their sign shop produces custom-made vinyl and hand-painted commercial signs, thanks to Addison Awning.
Joining us now on the morning show is emergency medicine specialist from Henry Ford Jackson Hospital and IEP Urgent Care, Dr. Jacob Sinkoff.
Hi guys, thanks so much for having me.
Good morning.
My pleasure.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
So we just came off a big holiday weekend.
Yeah, so the weather has changed in Michigan, it seems like finally. While I was working, my wife and my 17-month-old were at home enjoying the weather with hopefully the rest of the Jacks. And I know people have been putting up with allergies.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely terrible.
So I played golf yesterday, and the wind, and I don't get too many allergies, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, it's coming out of nowhere. Can that happen when the wind is blowing 50 miles an hour like that?
Yeah, for sure. Anything that actually disturbs the environment. So rain actually helps a little bit by pulling all the pollen down, but if you have a thunderstorm with wind, it actually makes things worse. So wind, everything like that will definitely increase pollen, and this year's been an especially bad year. Yeah. The good news is usually this is about the worst time of year, and things, you know, seasonal allergy-wise, things should be kind of toning down a little bit. Most of the pollen we see this time of year is actually from trees. So once the trees are done blooming, it should hopefully tone down a little bit, but it's difficult to be outside sometimes for the allergy sufferers.
Yeah, I was on the Falling Waters Trail, and I have this new allergy symptom, which is cough. I mean, it just starts and it just doesn't stop, and that's been, I'm almost afraid to go outside now.
Yeah, and we've seen that a lot, and it's hard to differentiate the symptoms of, hey, is this my allergies? Is this a cold? Yeah. We're seeing the flu. I've seen every day. I've been working over the past holiday weekend. Every day I see someone that comes in with the flu or, of course, COVID. And people are worried about going to work and trying, you know, spreading COVID, or it's like, is this just allergies? So for that, I would for sure recommend getting the COVID quick test. Yeah. You know, being able to get that test, so you're not worried about. You can tell everyone at the office, like, this is just allergies, guys. You don't have to worry. Going to urgent care, getting symptomatic care, but just. I left my car out last night. You guys notice how much pollen, if you leave your car outside, it feels like I had like a half an inch of pollen sitting on my car that I had to get off this morning. So yeah, we're not alone in our suffering of the allergies. So
the demand on the ER and urgent care on a holiday weekend, it's typically more than the rest of the...
So it really depends. Usually the worst day is actually today. The day after a holiday weekend is usually the worst. Working this weekend is actually really busy, but usually holiday weekends aren't as busy. Usually they wait till the day after people to come in, and obviously we're 24/7, and we're happy to see people whenever they want to come in. We always have someone there, and are happy to see them. But yeah, we were actually pretty busy this weekend, which is good. We're starting to see our outdoor injuries more now. You know, people are having cookouts now, fires, water,
fireworks.
Yeah, summer in Michigan, right? Lakes, adventure. What should people be aware of when they're, you know, if you're going to be spending 8 hours on the water with your family, kids, drinking? I mean, there's a lot of risks.
Exactly. So this is a newfound worry to me with a young child, and I live on a lake in the area also. Water safety has kind of jumped up to the top of my list of things I think about, not only as a physician, but just a parent or someone that likes to go out on the water. There's so many different things to think about. Obviously, being on the water all day, it's hot. And if you're in the water, you don't feel like you're getting dehydrated or anything like that. So obviously staying hydrated with lots and lots of water. And I know people like to have a couple adult beverages, which is okay. We like to have a good time, but maybe having a glass of water in between every other adult beverage. is really beneficial. People really underestimate how dehydrated they get, especially on the water.
Yeah, and your strength is not where it normally is once you're in the water, right?
Exactly. People underestimate how much work it is to stay afloat in the water, and some people are better at staying afloat than others. But it kind of brings me to another thing is wearing life jackets.
Right.
I know everyone's great swimmers, but especially I always recommend paddle boards, kayaks, canoes. Even if you're a good swimmer, I personally don't think just having the personal flotation device in the canoe is enough. I think you should really have it on. Even if you're a great swimmer, medical emergencies happen at any time, and if something happens, you pass out, you go in the water. Being able to float is so beneficial, and we see so many accidents like that where we don't really know what happens, and someone's a good swimmer, and unfortunately, they drowned. And it seems like these drownings are becoming more and more prevalent. Just in Lake Michigan alone, last year, 53 people drowned.
Wow.
It's
Just
crazy.
in Lake Michigan.
Just in Lake Michigan. And a lot of that has to do with the tides and the currents and stuff like that. But every year, and we're blessed in Jackson to have so many lakes that people are able to enjoy. But we see it all the time. So definitely something to think about too.
For sure.
And as an emergency physician, it must be frustrating to see injuries that could have easily been prevented by wearing the life jacket or by using a bike helmet. And I mean, there's so many things and we all know, right?
Yep. And it's hard. It's just like, hey, I'm just going to do this for a second. I just want to quit. We're jumping topics to winter skiing, but I always heard the statistic that most ski injuries happen on the last ski run of the day.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's true. And it's the same thing with kind of this. It's like, I'm just going to go for one quick lap around, a lap around the lake, or we're getting the end of the tubing day where we're really going to whip the kids around this time. And it seems like that's when a lot of the times the injuries happen. I've noticed that too at work. It's usually near the tail end of the day when we start to see all this, where people haven't stayed hydrated. That's just when it seems to occur, for sure. So.
Yeah, and that's when the ER is busy too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Kind of near the tail end of the day. Usually we have kind of our big bolus of patients between 5 and 7 a lot of times also. So, one other thing I like to talk about that I just thought of is diving. We see these injuries, and every year we have a very tragic just diving case, and it seems like a lot of times they're guests, where it's someone doesn't live on the lake. They're visiting someone, and they dive into the lake, and not being familiar with lakes, where the deep parts of the lake are. So if you have guests, just keep them. Hey, it's probably not a good idea to dive ever into a lake, even if you're familiar with it, because you don't know if there's a tree stump or something like that. But that's another common injury we see every year that's so tragic, that can be so easily avoided, is just diving headfirst into a lake.
Yeah, and, there's no shortage of videos with people jumping off the porch roof or.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do any of that.
Don't do any of that.
And that's one of those times where, alcoholic beverages are involved, which they're okay to enjoy, just in moderation and staying hydrated, for sure, along with all that. So.
Yeah, and of course, this is the busy travel season too, and unfortunately, it's the time we see the increase in car accidents, and I guess travel is back to pre-COVID levels.
Even higher. I was just reading a statistic about air travel. There's more people flying now than before COVID. There's been so many cancellations and stuff like that. So with flights, probably the road traffic's going to be even higher. Obviously, always wear a seatbelt. And think about how far we've come with seatbelts, throughout the years. And we're getting there with bike helmets, like using personal flotation devices. So I can never never say it enough, please, please, please wear your seatbelt. Almost every tragic accident we see in the emergency department with a car accident is someone that's not wearing a seatbelt. And you see these pictures of people that come in and see their cars afterwards and they're wearing a seatbelt, and they walk out of the emergency department and their car is in like a like a 2x2 foot cube, and they walk out of the emergency department because they're wearing seatbelts. And with the advent of airbags and all these curtain airbags have really helped with that. Obviously, no drinking and driving too. We're getting to that season too where I worry sometimes driving home from work, especially at night and evening. So please call a cab, have a friend come pick you up.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's the time of year too. We've got graduation season, weddings, summer parties, the holidays. It's like the perfect storm for all of these things to happen.
Motorcycles are out, so keep your eye out for motorcycles. They're just so hard to see. No texting and driving. You glance down for 5 seconds, you know, it's too late. It really is. So all that safety is things we need to think of throughout the summer.
Well, thanks for working on the holiday weekend.
My pleasure. We're proud to serve Jackson.
And good to see you. Thanks for being here today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You bet. From Henry Ford Jackson Hospital and IEP Urgent Care Emergency Medicine Specialist, Dr. Jacob Sinkoff. The morning show right after this.
Now is Extreme's Ram Make the Switch event. Did you know you can custom order a new Ram for less than buying one, and you'll have it in 10 to 12 weeks? Also, have you seen the new Jeep lineup? Lease prices are great this month. Finally, the Extreme buying team would like to purchase your vehicle. Extreme pays top market value. It's easy, safe, and you get paid on the spot. Visit Extreme Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Jackson or online at extremedodge.com.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Joe Sharp, owner of Printer Source Plus. It is my philosophy to always do what's right for our customers. At Printer Source Plus, we have the most transparent office copier lease and purchase solutions in the industry. Unfortunately, transparency is not always industry standard. I'd like to help you avoid some of the pitfalls many businesses experience when leasing an office copier. Be sure to read your contract thoroughly before signing. You'll want to understand a few key points of the agreement. How much will you be charged per copy, especially for color? Do you have limits on how much you print, and what is the penalty if you go over? What is the end of the lease term period, and what if any fees are associated with ending the lease? And finally, who owns the machine when the lease expires? Are you about to lease, or do you have questions about your current lease? If you do, please give me a call at 517-817-0680.
Grocery stores make shopping simple. Just like buying metal from Alro. Whether you need one piece or 1,000, Alro serves over 25,000 manufacturing customers with metals and plastics, cut to size and delivered next day. Visit Alro.com, your grocery store for metals.
It's a great time to be a Comet. Hanover Horton School District has everything your student needs. A Mid-Michigan leader in academics, athletics, and the arts, we are committed to reaching all levels of learners and preparing students for their futures. Hanover Horton features a variety of classes from young fives through dual enrollment and middle college opportunities. With our dedicated staff, hardworking students, supportive community, and amazing facilities, Hanover Horton School District is the right choice for your student. Hanover Horton Schools, creating a better world one student at a time. Come and be a part of the Comet Nation.
Welcome back to the morning show. Andy, I've found someone who's similar to you in food tastes. Andy likes to eat sandwiches with potato chips on them.
I do.
Right?
I do.
Well, there's a woman in Great Britain, after 23 years of eating the same thing every day, all she ate was potato chip sandwiches. That's all she ate.
Just chips and bread?
Years. Chips and bread. In Great Britain, they're called crisps. So she would have, and it was cheese and onion crisp sandwiches made out of cheese and onion flavored potato chips, because other foods made her ill. She said, my mom and dad, said they tried other foods, but I always turned my nose up, refused to put them in my mouth. So she would and she'd pack her lunch, they'd get soggy, and she'd still eat them soggy. Turns out she has avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, or ARFID.
I have that.
You do?
Yes.
She went to a hypnotist because she was getting married and she didn't want to have that as her wedding meal. And in 2 hours, they were able to cure her, and now she is able to enjoy fruits and vegetables.
It's amazing. She looks like she's held together pretty well after just having crisp sandwiches.
I'm gonna try that with Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Hypnotize kids.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be a great idea if we could hypnotize our children into cleaning up their rooms.
I don't know. They turn out okay. All kids eat today is chicken fingers and French fries.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at what I ate and what Brandon ate growing up, I mean, it's probably a lot worse than what kids are eating today, if you ask me.
Yeah. No. We used to eat SpaghettiOs when we were
Yeah,
kids.
SpaghettiOs. Yeah, that stuff is just, it's not as good as we thought it was when we were kids, so I don't think we serve it to our own kids. But thank you for serving it to us. It was delicious.
Who's coming up tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have Ben Jones, who is the president at U.S. Staffing Agency, and they are very busy. We'll also have Joe Sharp and Printer Source Plus. They've got a new location in Albion, Michigan.
Wow, they're growing. Later today, we'll preview the Rose Festival and Rose Parade with Jim Francis, Melissa Burgett, and Jeff Beagle with the Rose Run, Brian Elliott from Disability Connections, Heather Lazinski, Stephanie Sharp in from Cascades Humane Society, and the summer reading program at JDL with Gretchen Dula and Robin Pierce later today. We'll see you then.
Today on Food Circus, we're headed to one of the 3 Gilbert Chocolates locations, 233 North Jackson Street in downtown Jackson. John Gilbert opened his first store in the early 1900s and never looked back. Today, the trend lives on, while in the hands of Brian and Sally Critchbaum. The Critchbaum's passion for the business comes through in the fine chocolates they create, adhering to the original recipes, along with new creative concoctions only seen in classics like Willy Wonka. Ready for a journey down the history of chocolate? But Adrian, why that hairnet?
Yeah, this is not my new stylish hat that I picked up, for the golf course, Brian. This is about food safety. So when you're in a place of food manufacturing, things are taken pretty serious, and we got to be safe about what we're doing here.
That's right, and we're regulated by the Michigan Department of Agriculture, so we have to get a new license every year, and they come in and check us out.
That's right.
Make sure that we're doing everything right. So, and this is part of it. Hair nets, hair coverings, cleanliness, hand cleanliness, and all that. So we use a lot of hair nets and a lot of plastic rubber gloves from here at Gilbert Chocolates.
As you might hear, there's an air conditioner, potent air conditioner. They need to maintain a certain temperature to
we try to keep it at 68 degrees all the time. It's going to be about 93 today, so we're going to struggle keeping it that cold, but we have to keep it cool to work with the chocolate. When your mom tells you you had enough chocolate, remind her that it is a bean, it is a vegetable, it's good for you.
Exactly.
It's a plant, it grows on a tree.
Wow.
This is a chocolate pod. Inside of here, you can hear the beans. Those are the chocolate beans that are inside, which is the good part, the part that we turn into chocolate.
Wow.